prison cell. This is a prison cell. Only kids are being held down here. And I can tell you exactly how. We'll come in. I remember this whole thing they built over to conceal this. And there's a plastic tube chamber in here where the kids are going in and out. We'll shine my light. You see a piece of wood, and it looks like that the wood gets slid down there, and the kids are crawling up. If you look down in there when they let them out.
Yeah.
But there's different toys down there, little food bags. You can actually stick it in pretty. And then that board's used to slide them up. Yeah. The only way, because they're not going to reach down in there and grab them, so I guess they're having them slide up. But this is all the way down there. A child's not going to be able to get out of here, a small child. And you're not going to hear them scream. Yeah. They're enclosed. You're not going to see them from the sky. Our drone didn't pick this up. It just picked up a dirty tar.
All right. Here it looks like wrist restraints on a tree. I don't know what, for the life of me, what else those would be used for there. Right there, grape tree.
This is the main spot under the awning right there where those are. Those are slip restraints.
There's the coyotes.
Where were those kids' toys you were showing me?
Here and here.
Yeah, different cribs.
I don't think you saw this. I already touched this probably, so we'll put it again.
Oh yeah, it's different Barbie dolls.
This is a bed, child's bed here.
There's a little mat.
Yeah.
I guess when they let them out, when you see the underground
right there
tunnels,
to your
it's pretty
right.
sick.
Left,
There's different cribs and different chairs and car seats scattered around this area.
Show the bathroom.
Different sizes of shoes of children. We come over here.
In today's Crime Trackers report, is it an abandoned homeless camp or is it something more sinister? It was found by veterans on patrol in the area of Valencia 919. News 4 Tucson's Lupita Murillo is live at the site now with the latest details. Lupita, what can you tell us?
Well, Angelique, the group was looking for homeless veterans, but instead they found this abandoned camp. Now, this camp has a mirror, and right behind it is this table. And on the table you can see shaving cream, flea and tick shampoo, roach and ant killer. And right behind it, this area where people probably slept.
We saw the straps on the trees that were meant to subdue someone. We saw the bunker with an entrance that only a child could get into. And we saw the name Hello Maddie written on the top of it. And it's just, it became something so terrifying in such a short time.
Danny Ward is a volunteer with Veterans on Patrol. They came upon this abandoned camp on Tuesday. They say,
this place is meant for child trafficking. It's meant for torturous, terrible things that should never happen to a small child, let alone anyone.
While they found numerous children's items in the camp, such as toys and clothes, there's no official investigation saying this camp was used for child trafficking. Tucson police has been there. They've also taken pictures, and they say they're turning it over to detectives. So is this a homeless camp, or is it a camp that was trafficking children? We don't know, but we'll find out for you and let you know. Reporting live, Lupita Murillo, News for Tucson.
The battery should be able to, yeah. Okay, yeah, Gatorade's all the way down in the cooler. Stay hydrated. All right, as soon as we can, get it back up. Because there was a heavy buildup again of PD down there, we've elected to go ahead and transport some of the not. We've got really good key stuff, but this is good key stuff that you can't deny. There's other things we're investigating, but what we have is the units are en route. They've left. They're en route to Bravo Camp right now. Driving with the evidence is Robert Shoptaw. He's former assistant FEMA director. He's a former sheriff's deputy for 20 years. He's a Vietnam veteran combat warfighter, Purple Heart, Bronze Star recipient. He was a homeless individual we found, never knew that he was entitled to benefits. He's now 100% rated. He's in our volunteer force after he went through our program, and he came down. He's transporting it right now. Behind him is the security team, and that's it. We're just sending 2 vehicles, and there's only one individual that's armed. We don't want anyone interfering. We're taking it straight over to Bravo Base Camp Conklin with some of our staff. Now, what we are providing, and you're not going to be able to say these were made up because of the age and everything else, and certain videos that show they were there when we first got here, are underground blueprint designs, including rail systems. And in those designs, what they've done is they designed this little sex cave, this little holding cell that they have, and the kid had to come out and swing, and they had an outside restroom, and then the rape tree. Well, they're moving that underground. That's why they're looking and running those beams that are longer. Some of these designs are for an underground church. We do not think this is all specifically for child sex trafficking. We believe that this intricate underground network is being used. Now, we're not just telling you something that you're not going to be able to go out there and see, just so you can go out there and say, oh, it was bullshit, we were lying. What we're doing is we're telling you some of the things that are en route, plus GPS trackers, phones with the serial numbers and things like that on, that our researchers and our investigators are tying to certain things. And we want everyone in Tucson to head over to Bravo Base Camp Conklin. In the medical unit, they are going to lay out, and they are going to put out certain items, including children items. We want you to take pictures. We want you to share. We want you to every family, anyone missing a child. There is a lot more, but every time we get ready to do something, and we know they're right, it's like almost, I trust everyone that's on my team out here. I just don't know how in the hell they knew we were going to try to smuggle it out in that pile, and then they knew to come down here and pressure us, and how this guy knew to come in. I don't know. There's some things I don't understand, but that just goes to show that I'm fighting something I can't see. And if it's something I can't see, I'm not fighting God. I feel God. I feel a righteous anger because of what's happened to the kids. I think there's been a bunch of children that's been screaming out and praying to God, and I think he's getting pissed off. And I think that's why he's showing it. And I think on the other side, they're doing everything desperately they can to conceal it. Now, we're not lying. There's a reason why we want to search this entire corridor. We just think the first one we happen to be stumbled across is a sex trafficking camp. The other designs have different things, and they're for underground and for transporting and smuggling and holding tanks. And they're to this entire rail. Yes. Good? All right. We had a black check. All right. This entire rail, this entire design, we believe is designed to go, I think they've come this far. We've had experts look at that. Like I said, we can only prove 4 months when it transferred over to another person who's building this up, and we know how that took place. We have an eyewitness. He is a veteran. He is credible. We have plenty to prove that. But experts have even told us this. Some of these straps and stuff, they're way older because they're decayed, the restraints and stuff, and we're taking their word for it. But we don't have evidence to prove it, but we can prove up to 4 months, and we can see, and we can take their word for it, because that stuff looks a lot older than just 4 months ago. This one's been here quietly operating for a while. And that's all we're asking, America. Will you please help us get down on this corridor? We're not sitting here standing around with guns waiting for the government to come. Every time the enforcement leaves, our guys are going out there and we're moving stuff. And I'm sorry, but we're bearing, we're so, and we're getting some interference, but Facebook isn't responding. Do you want to close it? Facebook isn't responding. Do you want to close it? Can anybody hear me? Because I don't want to hit report wait or okay. The world is watching. Let's see. Estella Maggi. Tucson's mayor is a Rothschild. Tucson's mayor is Jonathan. He's been absolutely outstanding with us helping our homeless veterans. We don't do politics. Doesn't matter. He's a Rothschild. When it comes to no. You know what? I used to be a political moron too, and I used to be one that would protest the guy. But I'd shake his hand, and have dinner with Mayor Rothschild. I would. Jonathan's done a lot of wonderful things just by not pushing and forcing our camp to be, and just giving us an opportunity, and we're grateful for him. So we're not fighting with our politicians that have helped us. Are you here? You're here. Okay, so you guys can still hear me. I'm gonna try to take a screenshot of this. And then Facebook isn't responding. Do you want to close it? All right, I've got some screenshots of this. I'm just checking. We're getting flash. Hey guys, is that evidence or is okay?
Yeah, baby kid stuff.
More baby kid stuff.
Burned.
That's the thing is when they were setting those fires, you see there's piles over there and they're burning them.
It's got to be acid or something because everything else is intact.
Here's Mr. Solo again.
Okay. Here, let me flip that around.
Solo.
And I think the acid
my
it looks like it has blood or something.
Can't do nothing with the camera. As of right now, I still have people here.
Hot? Yes.
So,
It is so hot in the
and then burnt
desert.
ones, I mean,
Yes.
it's pretty gross.
Another mattress back there.
So I think we got like well over 80 pair of children's shoes. We get any new children's shoes? Any new
No,
sky
they
over?
had some socks.
They're building a
some
second
toys.
tunnel too.
Huh?
They're building a second tunnel.
Yeah, I know. That's the one. We actually had people come out and see that. No one knew about the other camp because we don't know who to trust.
The mattress that's tied up in the back. If you go farther back, we went back there and found a mattress that's tied up as well.
It's tied up.
It's literally like a bed frame.
Oh yes, we saw that. We saw that.
Yeah.
And it's tied a similar way that thing was built. We're looking for
Like this
things
one?
underground.
Okay.
Yeah, send that
Yeah.
picture.
Okay.
So I don't know how long we can hang with you today.
That's fine.
That's our 88-year-old father.
And I know it's hot, but and just so you guys knows, we have look, man, we got our elders. We have some amazing people and locals, and they're coming out here in this heat.
I'll be
and they're
59 years old this month.
yeah, and they're
I'm
look,
amazing.
they're coming out here. You know, it is safe to come out here. At the end of the day, I can tell you this: we're not going to get in a firefight with law enforcement. Unless they come in and just start shooting at us indiscriminately or try killing our animals. We're not going to be in a firefight, but we're going to do everything we can to keep their ass away until we can get this. They had 5 days to come out here and grab all this. And now when America sees these blueprints and this little underground pedophilia network and how the cartels and MS-13s and everybody are doing all this smuggling now, see, they didn't want this to become national media news because everybody's looking above ground. Well, guess what, guys? They're moving below ground, and it's not a tunnel that's just smuggling dope across the border. They're building an entire network up the I-19 corridor with underground cells like the ones we have right here. And it don't take long for people to put together trucks and water and sanitation, plastic sanitation containers and things. It's not going to take long. We need people to come out and help us look. We need people to come out and help us look. We have enough right here that says anyone else, the government, even the government, if they had this out here right now, they would be saying, we can't ignore this evidence. We're going to have to go see if there are any more. And we want to go see if there's any more. There's a reason why they keep coming back here. And it's not just government officials. I'm talking about the ones that don't want us out here. The real ones that don't want us out here. Okay? Do we have any questions? I got time, and I'm not going to... It just says Facebook is... I'm going to take another screenshot. I'm not going to shut it. If Anonymous can do so. Hey, Tom. See you, brother. I saw you just came in. So time it from when I said your name, and I'll see my delay. Anyone who's saying they wish they can come and help, there's nothing to stop you. Ask the mayor, watch house to help and get this broadcast. We haven't reached out to Jonathan right now. We were trying to go through the chains and get the government to do his job. Okay, we are in the city. And when it comes to reaching out to the mayor, that's something that we'll reach out to the mayor for. But we want the sheriff, Mark Napier, to come do his job and listen to his constituents and stop lying, saying they don't come out to TPD jurisdiction. Quit avoiding it. Be a man. Don't be a coward. You said at that cannabis coalition, you stay in your lane. You don't go left or right. Well, we're in a lane right now where a bunch of children and bad things are happening, and we need you to come down here and stay in your lane and help us. But since Mark won't come out here, we have sent out a request, and I will personally allow Cochise County Sheriff to come out and advise me on how to proceed. I need a constitutional sheriff or someone to come in here and look over everything, because I'm convinced, like no one else has left and said we're doing the wrong thing. I'm convinced if we can get a sheriff to come in here, he's not going to go out there and lie and say we're not doing the right thing. So we want Cochise County, since Mark Napier won't come up, I will allow you to come. I want to talk to you, and we want your advice, sir. And with your advice, you know, and look, we're not making this up. We're not overreacting.
I didn't find out about it till Friday.
We're not overreacting. And
Because I tried sharing this stuff last year during the election.
we're losing time.
I was looked at like a creep.
You guys want to check up some of the stuff on me? Tim Steller wrote about me. I
Yep.
made the cover of Tucson Weekly magazine.
Look, guys, we need everyone. If you're in this area, come on out.
There's a YouTube
We are
video
controlling the
of,
gate, but we're allowing people to come in.
Project.
As soon as I get confirmation, I don't know.
And
Somebody messaged Danny or something. As soon as that evidence hits Bravo base, and everyone understands the federal government has to go get a warrant to get on the property. So get your ass over to Bravo if you can't come down here. Start taking pictures of that stuff and see for yourself. And look, we have it all over out here. And as we go down further, we're going to find more. Okay? And so, look, we don't know what else to show you. For those saying we need to see more evidence, okay. Look, we've tried to be sneaking this out. Do you not think that if we could trust the individuals who were supposed to come and secure the scene, we wouldn't be in this situation? And we were begging for them to come. We weren't sitting here saying, don't come. We were begging them, come see, please come see this. Don't just listen to us. We were begging them to come and listen. And then when it got to where we didn't know where to touch, and they're coming in, and they've already uncovered one hole, you know, and so that's only one spot we know so far that they've gotten in to get out. But we want to make sure there ain't no little bodies and babies buried out here too. You know, and I'm not saying that to say that, look, people, this is a reality with everything we found. So cadaver dogs, that one should be here within an hour or two. They said they confirmed. They said they're coming. Rebecca, I guess. So they're en route, but it's a huge area, and you know we need as much of this covered. So, and we're wanting to run the cadavers when it starts to cool down this afternoon. Now, for law enforcement, we're still removing trash. Okay, and there'll be a truckload of trash leaving that's going to go in the Bravo base roll-off. All right, and I'm just letting you know that's actual trash. I'm going to stuff what we're sending out to the public, what's going to be at Bravo base. And everyone in America, unless you are a federal agent working in the capacity or a law enforcement official working in any capacity, at this point, everyone else in the United States of America, except for those that are high-level in government, okay, you are welcome to go out to Bravo Base Camp Conklin. You're welcome to go through what's there, and we're not lying. We've got probably about 100-fold of that. But we don't know. Look, we're overwhelmed. We have experts there sitting there, and they never seen nothing like this. And it's like, and the fact that the government stood down, you just fed into everyone's fears that this is some big, it's not a conspiracy theory. If the government's responded the way it is, why in the hell would they stand down when it's dealing with little children being beaten and raped on trees and held on the ground?
We went and saw him when they had him at the camp.
Yeah, I visited him regularly.
Unless they're involved.
And so when
do we have any questions? Share it again from Mississippi. Thank you. InfoWars and Fox News. Look, as far as the media, I told you guys before, we use the media to our advantage, and that's it. The media we don't trust. The media is just a propaganda machine. One side's got you idiots on the far left screaming at the far right, and the other side's got you idiots on the far right screaming at the far left, and there in the middle are women and children along this corridor being trafficked, abused, and raped, and possibly murdered and buried. And you guys are still arguing about border issues. Well, we're coming down here to pull the victims out, the ones that are suffering, because you two can't sit at the same table and just shut up and find a common sense solution that it starts somewhere. Well, we're starting somewhere. We're starting with the most vulnerable, which is the children, and then their mothers and the women and the elders, the disabled. Anyone that we find like that, we're going to provide sanctuary for, and we're going to armed escort them up to properties where they have sanctuary rights, and we are going to protect them until they can become legal citizens or they are given special refugee status. These are individuals that aren't going to be the gangbangers and the perverts and the ones that want to come over and turn America into Mexico. These aren't those individuals, okay? Those people make a small faction of the poor people that are trying to get over here, okay? But because everyone allows it to either come, it's all or nothing. Look, we're taking a different approach, and I know that we're doing the right thing, because God's, I mean, we want to thank everybody for coming out, but you know, this evidence has got out, and we've got around 17 out here right now, 18, 19, 20. They're doing tours. If you want to come out here, we still got the site. And everyone else get the Bravo base. And I'm asking everybody, if you specialize in border security, to get down to the southern border, because VOP and a coalition for children are coming down, sweeping up north, checking every single area, finding where these other cells and bunkers are, and we're going to be able to track them. Even though we found it by accident, now we know everything to look for, and we're going to be able to track him. And we will be living out here in this hot-ass desert, and we don't care if it takes 3-4 months. We are going to operate 24/7. We are not going to accept cash. We are going to go, and at the end of the day, I don't care if we searched the whole corridor and got all the way down to the bottom, and we never found another cell, which I know for God's not setting us up for that. But I wouldn't even care, because then I'd be able to go to sleep at night and say, at least I know. And so would a lot of other people, because this isn't some mass paranoid fear, and you'll understand why when you get the Bravo base and see that. So for whatever Veterans Network mission or said something that the Army, what the F moments, needed to see more evidence or something, then go to Bravo base, okay, if that's what it takes. But while all you guys are waiting on evidence, we're being stalled, and we need to continue to search for them. There's nothing we can do about this. We've already exposed it. We want everyone else to come in and just keep ripping out the evidence. We need to get our team searching along the corridor, make sure there ain't no other kids under these. Look, man, some of these bunker designs, they're getting advanced. You know, they're really advanced. They've got it to where the child can just be underground the whole time and not have to go outside and use a swing. You know, and they got a little church. And look, man, and they're all modeled after the original one discovered, and the second one caught being, or the other one caught being built. And then the third camp that we didn't let no one else know about, those items are headed up over that way, which ties it to this Tanic camp. But since it seems like they keep coming in and try to stop us, we're doing our best. We're moving evidence everywhere.
Come and see it yourself. The pictures do not do it justice. You got to see it yourself. We are here picking up the evidence. It is not staged. Things are covered in dirt, and they've been here for a long time. Come and see yourself.
About 10 wrist restraints.
10 wrist restraints.
I don't care. This is your country.
A neck restraint. A child.
See, you guys, and the thing is you guys need to just get out here.
Come out and
because there's always going to be naysayers, but don't listen to someone saying it ain't happened. And you know what? If you're that weak-minded that you'll listen to someone else and convince you that it's not happening, then I don't want you coming down here anyways. We need people who care enough about the kids that are just going to look at the facts for what they are and then come out here and help us put a stop to it and rescue anyone who needs rescued. This is an official search and rescue mission being operated by veterans on patrol. We have been operating a statewide search and rescue mission successfully for free, and we are recognized in our state for the past 3 years. August is going to be 3 years since we were founded.
These kids don't get rest.
So we are experts when it comes to search and rescues in homeless camps. Okay, and we're going to be able to snip this out, especially with everything that came out now, and the experts at tracking and the experts at coyotes that have come in. I'm not an expert at that. I know a little bit, but I wouldn't take a team and lead them out there to deal with that, man. I don't know. But at finding people and showing them compassion and protecting them and getting plugged into services and getting them off the streets, and it just showing them, I'm not going to preach my Christ to you. I'm just going to take care of you. When you ask me why I do it, I'm going to say because God gave me a little girl and he pulled me from the devil, and I want to give everyone else a second chance because I didn't deserve that. And that's a fact, and that's the way it's always been. And that's how I'm going to preach about my Lord. We don't force anything on anyone, guys. We want people to come out and to help. You're more welcome to come out. We're continuing to clean. Do we have confirmation that evidence is arrived at Bravo? Someone check.
I was going to call.
I'm watching. Do we have
Had Finbrays at my camp.
Cochise County, Arizona?
All these people.
So me and her.
Tim
came
Sellers
out
wrote
and
about
we
me
did
like 6 times, and I made the front of the Tucson Weekly.
The evidence.
I had a network.
Yeah, look, guys, and it's hot. So if any of you guys got campers or something with AC, cooling units for the work crews, look, this search and rescue, it's a huge one. If we have a little bit more time, we've already got our layout and our plan, and we know exactly how we're going to go do this. We just need to get everyone out of our way that's trying to stop us. We need to secure our back door and to secure this original area, because as we go down, they're going to come. We're going to make them secure, because we'll leave behind teams, and if they want those teams gone, all you got to do is finish fencing in the property, and then when you secure the property, the team will vacate, and they will go down to join us. And we should already be 3 or 4 phases ahead with teams working back. And we are literally going to go down in every place that we find evidence, and where federal regulations and mandate and everything. And CMEX, you sons of, look, you guys, we're working from your plan here, CMEX, with the intelligence that we have, and we are coming all the way down, and we are stopping at your abandoned pit mine up there north of Nogales, and we're asking for anyone that can get out there and just start doing a little poking around, because that's our stopping point. If we can get teams to start working from the south up and meet us in the middle, it's going to be helpful, literally. But we need our border teams to stay locked down there. in case they attempt to get any of these children across that border. We need the border teams to keep that locked down there just to make it difficult so they can't escape with any kids, because they know we're coming, they know what we're doing. And they're not watching us and coming in just for the hell of it. See, yes, evidence is secure in the... All right, guys, evidence is secured at Bravo. If you guys want to get over there, we're good. We got to move to another phase. If you can come out and help us, please come out. You know where we are.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Nick Vinzant. Tonight, a series of popular social media videos are creating a problem for local law enforcement. A group of people believe they have uncovered a child sex trafficking site, but Tucson police say it's nothing more than an abandoned camp. News 4 Tucson's Eric Fink spoke with both members of the group who are refusing to leave the area and police about their investigation.
Here at this abandoned private property, the group Veterans on Patrol have been here since Wednesday. They say this branch is here with an apparatus, what looks like a child restraint. Then coming this way, down here, you can see shaving cream, shampoo, and some roach killer. Then even further a little beyond here, just to my left, what looks like a child's crib.
Under all of that wood, pillows and clothes, and it's crazy to believe this is going on in our backyard. Crazy.
A group called Veterans on Patrol says this remote area off of I-19 in Valencia is a child sex trafficking camp.
I don't understand how this was underneath our nose, yet right in front of our face, completely.
But Tucson police say absolutely not. TPD says investigators have been here multiple times with detectives and officers, and the department says it appears to be nothing more than an abandoned camp. They say they appreciate the public's awareness and the calls to their office, but they investigate it, and there does not appear to be any signs of human or sex trafficking. They also say they are continuing to investigate.
Anybody that walks through that site will clearly know that that's sex trafficking. That's children and women being abused. They have not been out here to collect any evidence. All the evidence that's been collected has been collected by us, and we have them in our possession.
We asked to see the evidence. We were told it's being stored in a private area. That evidence has not been turned over to police. Tucson police say officers have been patrolling the area, and it's putting great strain on the department's resources. As these individuals make their case, an upside-down flag signaling a distress call waves in this sliver of the Sonoran Desert. TPD says anyone on this private property is trespassing. Right now, they haven't made any arrests, but this group says it plans to be here a while. On the south side, I'm Eric Fink, News 4, Tucson.